Hey guys, it's been a while since I've made a video, but I wanted to come on here and share my experience with the spirit realm. Um, Recently, I've just been more in tune with my feminine energy and connecting more with my spirit guides. And so recently, just something I don't want to say it was a strange experience, but it was more of like a um this this sort of phenomenon had caught me off guard, and I didn't really know exactly what to do with it um up until recently. Like after that had happened, um I had just been like not fixated on it, but like, whoa, like how is this happening to me right now? Like, what is going on? So, for the last couple of years, like, I could always feel that there was some sort of like presence with me all the time. Um, I had been with like, even like my boyfriend, a few close friends, um, on the phone with somebody, and the lights would flicker and just strange things would happen, like when I would be with people and they'd be like freaking out, and I'd be like, yo, like there's a pattern here, because this has been happening like when I'm with people, around people, like certain people, like randomly. Like it's not every single time, it had been randomly, but this last time that this happened to me, I was like, there's something deeper here. There's something deeper that I'm not like connecting to, but I always knew that like this presence was not there to hurt me in any way or steer me wrong, or there was something there that's really trying to communicate with me. So I had taken a trip to California with my friend. It was like spare the moment. I was supposed to go months ago. I had canceled my trip because of obviously COVID and stuff. And finally, I was like, screw it, I'm just going to rebook the trip and just go. So I was there for 2 nights. One night, so it was actually, I'm sorry, it was the first night that I was there. And my friend had left to go, like, she was going to be right back. I was going to get ready and I was going to meet her there. And so I'm getting ready, and all of a sudden, the lights in the bathroom start flickering. And I'm like, I was doing my hair, and I had stopped for a second. I was like, how is this happening? Like, what is going on? I'm like, this is not the first time that this has happened. Now it's happening when I'm here alone. This isn't just a coincidence that this happens places. Like, what is going on? At that moment, I was like, what is going on? I had never like questioned it like that before, because again, this has happened numerous times before with like around other people, and I have to explain that I don't know why that this happens, but it happens in my presence, and don't be afraid. Whatever energy is surrounding me is not meant to hurt you, but someone is trying to communicate with me. So I had felt in that moment that there was some sort of male energy in my presence when that happened. And I was like, what is, what are they trying to show me? What are they trying to tell me? I just don't understand. So I just ignored it and went about the rest of my night. I was getting ready to go out to dinner that night. So I got ready for dinner. I went out to dinner, and all of a sudden, randomly, I started getting these like sharp pains and in my womb. And I was like, what is this? Like, what are they trying to communicate with me? I'm trying to send light to this area of my body, and nothing. It was so overwhelming and powerful that I had to leave dinner and go back to the hotel because I was in a tremendous amount of pain and I was very uncomfortable. I don't know how the hell it happened, but it had happened immediately after that moment. I started to feel something was going on. I don't know what they were trying to communicate with me, but I was trying to bring light to the situation. So I went back to the hotel, and I got ready for bed, and I fell asleep. And so my friend comes back to the room, and she got ready for bed. We lay down, whatever. And I was like, hey, like earlier that this happened, and I don't know like what it, not that I didn't know what it means, but I'm just like, why did this series of events happen immediately after, you know, I was getting ready in the bathroom and the lights flickered, and this isn't the first time that this happened, and I was in this pain and I had to come back. I don't know what's going on. And so she's like, I just got chills, like this is crazy. And backstory, we had also gone on a trip together in Vegas last year. And when we were in Vegas together last year in the same room, the lights were flickering in my presence. And I had immediately thought to myself that someone is trying to communicate to my friend, not to me. I could feel that it was a feminine energy. I don't know who exactly, but I felt like it was someone like directly related to her that was trying to communicate with her. But anyways, this happens around, like when I'm around, I don't know why. And so I had thought about that moment, that one time, and I'm like, this, whoever is trying to communicate with me is not trying to communicate with her, trying to communicate with me. And so I had told her, and as we're having this conversation, we're just up in bed, it's late at night, the closet light turned on, and then the bathroom light turned on again. And literally she starts bawling hysterically, and I'm like, dude, I don't even know what to say. I'm like, I'm sorry, but like this happens, like I don't know. I just have to tell people, and I just don't really know what to do with it. And so she was like, you know, she's very much in tune with and believes in like, you know, some sort of like phenomenon like that, if you know, if you will, how else I could call it, like a gift. I don't know. She's like, I think you have a gift. And, you know, she has some very close friends of hers that are mediums and psychics. And she's like, you have a gift. I think you need to connect more with what's going on and like really become like in tune with what had happened. And like, it's not that I was trying to fight it, but I'm like, no, this is just like, there's no way that this is really actually happening all the time, you know, because it's happened with her, it's happened with, you know, my then boyfriend, my friends, a couple friends, and now I'm just like, okay, I've had enough. I want to know what the F is going on. And so she broke down, she was crying, and she was telling me the story, and the closet light had turned on again. And I'm just like, okay, don't be afraid. Like, there's a male energy presence. I could feel it. I don't know what is going on, but like, I don't know. And then, you know, a week before that, no, actually 2 days prior to this, I had gone out for my one of my best friends. It was her birthday breakfast or something like that. And so we had all gone out for breakfast, and like I had saw an old friend, and she is pregnant, and my immediate thought was, she's gonna have a boy. She's having a boy. My friend was like, how the fuck did you know that? She is having a boy. And like it was just like a word vomit. It was just like I had to say it. Literally no one was even talking about her. I was just like, she's gonna have a boy. She's having a boy. And they're like looking at me like all crazy. I'm like, man, I just said all this stuff. They're gonna think I'm like fucking nuts. And I'm like, she's gonna have a boy. They're like, how did you know that? I'm like, dude, I don't know. I'm like saying shit now. And then and then what had happened in the hotel in California happened. And I'm like, man, I gotta connect the two and really start to think about, what is this maybe gift? I'm not too sure. But these things that are happening, I'm making the connection, and I'm just like, I need to share this, because if anybody could really relate to something like this, I mean, I just don't know what to do with it, you know? And I had also, like, for the past few years, like, I've had my tarot deck, and I've really tried to like sit with it and learn it and like know about it, but like you have to be really intuitive to know how to read the cards. And like once you see a card, you're like, I know what this means. I know what this is trying to show me, all the stuff. And so I had laid out a spread tonight and a few days ago, where I had asked, well, actually, it's when I came home from my trip, I had laid out a spread that was asking what my spirit guides were trying to show me and why they were trying to show me like so much at that moment in time, randomly, before I'm going to dinner. And then I had to leave dinner because I had been experiencing some, like, I was just very uncomfortable, and my womb was trying to communicate something to me because I was in severe pain. And no, I was not on my cycle, because I don't cramp during my cycle, knock on wood. But when you're cramping or experiencing some sort of pain down there, it's usually trying to communicate something to you. She's trying to tell you something. So like if you're cramping on your period, it's a time to do shadow work. So most likely you're experiencing something that maybe some unresolved trauma, something that you need to work on that you're not really seeing. And so I'm like, what is happening? Like, why am I experiencing this pain right now? And you know, when I had woken up, when my friend had gotten back, I was back to normal. But it just all happened so fast that I was obviously concerned. So with that being said, I just really wanted to share my story, my experience with the spirit realm. Again, I did not feel intimidated when I saw that this happened. You know, when it's happened before with other people, they're like, yo, what the fuck's going on? I'm like, look, this happens all the time with me. Don't worry about it. It's nothing. But I felt like maybe I had opened some sort of portal a couple years ago that whoever is following me just hasn't left. because I never closed the circle or something. I don't know. But yeah, disclaimer, this has nothing to do with like, I'm not like believing in some darker side or anything like that. I just think that this is like something trying to reach out and communicate with me more often than ever. Because again, I had experienced this for a while, but like now it's happening more often. And then I had enough when that happened in California. I was like, there's something that I need to pay attention to. And it just clicked. And now everything makes sense. And now everything just seems right, and I'm right where I need to be. So, comment below if you are interested in hearing more about my story. If you would like me to share some tarot spreads that I've done. I've read them really, really well, just intuitively. I do cross-check with like books that I have just to, confirm what I am thinking about when I see it. You could really connect the story when you do your spread. And yeah, I'm just really excited to be on this journey of like spiritual growth. And I'd love to hear if you've also had similar experience with the I don't want to, it's not 3D, but maybe like the 5th or like the 7th dimension of like the spirit realm. I'm not really sure, but yeah, let me know.